Hello everyone, this is Javamonk and welcome to episode 59, I believe, of my survival series. So, this episode, we are returning to this Trim Castle project, which, all things considered, not much was really done. Not much progress was made on this last episode, mainly because I ran out of time. So, off camera, I built up this little staircase here that's just, it's going to go in all the corner towers. I definitely need to light this up in some way other than placing torches on the ground. But these staircases are navigatable by villagers and other mobs, and that is important because they are going to be the residents of this castle. So, this episode, I got some pretty big plans. So first off, I gathered 2 shulker boxes of dark oak wood. That was probably the least challenging thing to do. And I'm going to be putting in interior floors into this castle. There will be a total of 4 floors. The bottom will be on the ground. It'll be made of stone bricks, as well as partly this grass here. And the other floors are going to be made out of this dark oak wood, because that is likely what real-life medieval castles, especially in Ireland, most likely had. So I'm saying most likely because not much is known. If it was made of wood, it would have degraded a long time ago. So here we go. Just gonna build up this floor here, and yeah, the contouring the island wasn't really worth the effort, but that's not too big of a deal. And why am I hearing spiders? That's not good. Anyways, let's get on with this, and I'm gonna build up this bottom floor here of stone bricks, as well as the other 3 towers that are going to be looking kind of like this. The sun is setting, and now we have 4 staircases all coming up to this level right here. Now currently these staircases, that's all they do. They just come up to this level, and this floor has not been built up just yet. And the reason why it has not been built up yet is because I want to at least label where the other floors are going to be. So, I've already kind of done quite a bit of decision here. Lots of deciding. So, here we go. Each ceiling is going to be 10 blocks tall because this little part here is about 30 to 40 blocks. I'm not entirely sure how many, but here we go. Each ceiling is going to be 10 blocks tall. Although, I should probably check how tall this is first before I do that. Okay, I was correct. I can put in 10 blocks of ceiling space between each floor. So here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there's the beginning of the floor. And actually, now that I think about it, I was thinking about this wrong. It's actually 9 blocks of ceiling, and then the 10th block is the floor of the next level. Okay, let me just build this out a little bit. And in fact, let me just connect these to the towers. Oops. Okay. This way I can get access up here. Then again, I could just use an ender pearl, but this is more fun. Here we go. So now I have access to one of the towers, to one of the floors. And now I just need another 9 blocks. And then the next floor. And then another 9 blocks, and I'm just going to check and make sure it lines up with that floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I missed. Okay. Why did I miss? That's weird. I want the ceiling to be the same height for everything. For all of the floors. Let's see. Let's just cover this hole up. Because I failed. Okay. What went wrong here? Was I thinking about it wrong? Are there actually 10 blocks of ceiling space and then the block of floor? Maybe. Let's try that. I still missed, even though I now have 10 blocks of space. How bizarre. Maybe I should stop trying to be symmetrical. Or at least stop trying to make all the ceilings aligned properly, because clearly this isn't going to be properly aligned. So there we go. We now have a slightly lopsided castle, but for each floor, but nobody's really going to notice. Okay, the scaffolds for all 3 floors are put in place. And in fact, the roof is in place because I had enough of it raining inside the castle. So, we have floor number 1, floor number 2, and the top and the roof, all of which can be accessed by any of these 4 staircases. So, each of these floors can just be accessed right here. Ta-da! Right out of the staircase. And at the very top, you have this here. And I just realized that it's only raining in parts of the castle. But it was still raining inside the castle, and that was enough for me to put in this to finish this roof. So here we go. This is the roof of the castle, and so anybody can just walk around and wander around. If it ends up causing trouble, I can put fences or something at the end. But here we go. We have the roof put in, and we have the scaffolds for the other 2 floors. Let's see. Let's get down here, as well as the stone floor underneath here. Alright. This is looking awesome. Okay. We're here in the bottom floor / ground floor of this castle, and so this is where I've already started building up some of the places where I want the walls to be, to split this part into separate rooms. So one thing I'd like to point out is that these staircases are actually historically accurate. Staircases in medieval castles were always spiraled in this way because pretty much every sword fighter was right-handed, and so having a pillar right here would make it very difficult to attack. On the other hand, somebody trying to defend, also right-handed, would have an easy time at it. Now, question there would probably be, why didn't they have left-handed swordsmen? And that's because left-handed people were actually they were actually enslaved and oppressed quite a bit. So yeah, glad this isn't medieval times. Anyways, at this point I've decided to conveniently leave out some historical details and then also conveniently bring them back whenever I think they're convenient enough. So, on one of these sides is going to have a kitchen, at least on the ground floor. And the chefs in this kitchen are going to be llamas, because I want them to be. So, each of these walls are just going to go all the way up to the ceiling, and each of these doorways are going to have arches in them. So, I'm going to build up these walls a little bit, and I figured might as well take this time to also build up the arches. Here we go. And I'm out of stone bricks again. Just kidding. No, I'm not. But I am low on them, and that's not really pleasant to see when you're building an entire castle out of stone brick. So let's see. This will be the door frame, and then the actual door. Okay. I'm gonna craft up some slabs and see how those look. Here we go. Yeah, that doesn't look all that great. How about something like this? How about that? Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, and I suppose I could also put some... Nope. Those are slabs. Okay. I think that looks good. You guys let me know. How could I improve these arches here? Because arches was something that I've never really built before. So I'd like all your feedback. Okay. I'm gonna build up some more of those arches, and then I'll be back once these walls are at least up to up to the ceiling of the first floor here. Okay, we now have 4 doorways into the 4 side towers. So now, I'd like a doorway from these staircase towers, or the staircase areas, and put in an arch to enter into this area right here. And this middle section should be a little courtyard, like a mini garden. So, thankfully, I think... Oh, that's gonna cause problems. So this is actually 2-block symmetry. Oh boy. That's actually not something that I thought about in the process of making this. But one advantage with this kind of symmetry here is that, well, first off, stone brick is used in outrageously huge amounts. Like, it's used in the walls and stuff. So, as it's used in historical context. So, because of that, it is not very easy to tell the fact that these staircases are actually not symmetrical with the rest of the castle, because stone brick is used and it's very difficult to count along with stone brick, at least for the average person. So here we go. Arches for this area here. I'm thinking doing something like this, something like that, because this has to be, because these arches have to have an odd number for symmetry purposes. Yeah, maybe if we just raise this up a little bit. Here we go. Yep, I think that'll do. So it's centered with the staircase right here. I think this will do. So there we go. Time to build up the rest of these walls, and then next up will be the archways for this area here, for this center area. Okay, so we got these walls up inside of this, and now we have this middle courtyard in the middle of the bottom layer of the castle. So as for the arches, I'm thinking we should make this just nice and simple. Just put 2 stone brick stairs just like this. Yep, that looks good. And it's still arch-shaped, as are all of the entrances here. And there we go. So this bottom floor, at least the walls, are complete. So at this point, all that's left is just putting in all the different decorations, such as having a kitchen, as well as possibly having a mini garden over here, and really just figuring out what to do with all these other spots. So, for now, I'm thinking we should run up these stairs to this floor here. I've already started building up the interior walls for this floor here, and this is the entrance area right here where anybody can just fly in, and later on I'm gonna have a minecart track coming in from here, or possibly even a flying machine flying in here. That'd be cool. Anyways, in here I've decided to conveniently bring back some historical context here. So the entrance hall of pretty much any medieval castle always had areas to stash away weapons and armor. So to do that, I'm thinking we can just put 2 slabs like this here. That'll be where you can put the weapons, and here's where you can put the armor. Hold on. How many times do you have to punch an armor stand? Or do you have to punch it twice really quickly? Okay. Well, anyways, so we have benches here to put the weapons. We have some armor stands for the armor, and now the interior walls over here, they should be in a different pattern from, well, they could be in a different pattern from the pattern of walls underneath here. After all, this is Minecraft, and the walls are anti-gravity, so I don't have to carry this exact same pattern all the way up to the floors. As for this area here, this entire, as big as possible, this region should be a dining hall. So I'm thinking let me just pull out some stone bricks here. So
I'm thinking right along here we just have a super long dining hall right along here, and we can have some chandeliers. We can have all sorts of different floating light sources because torches on the floor are just ugly. So let's see. There was the wall started there, so the wall over here can start right there. Right. So this will be a nice long rectangular dining hall. And in fact, the kitchens can have multiple stories to them. So in that case, I can just chop this down over here and basically have a multi-floor kitchen. I think that'd be pretty cool. And ghost blocks. Okay. And that can just go on this tower and this side tower over here. So might as well chop open the kitchen side over here. And once again, I will later put in some llamas as the main chefs of this castle. There we go. So now I'm thinking putting in some kitchen decorations, like a stove and a sink, as well as a couple other things that would probably belong in a kitchen, as well as a couple things that would belong in a modern kitchen, mixed together with some things that would probably be in a medieval kitchen, just because I want to. So while we're in this central room here, where I have some of the chests needed to actually get things done, I was thinking I needed an anvil up here because the only other anvil I had was down in the bulk storage room, and I just couldn't be bothered to go down there. So I crafted up an anvil here. I've been doing quite a bit of mining recently, as you can see with this shulker box full of amazing stuff. But anyways, this anvil needs to have a good place where it can at least serve as somewhat decorative. Also, the original dragon egg needs a home. So, what I was thinking was, why not lift those two into the air? In fact, right here, let's put an anvil, just because I want to. So let's see. The way this trick works here is that you need a piece of dirt, you need a 2-block tall flower, or a 2-block tall piece of grass, and then whatever gravity block you want. So, in this case, that'll be the anvil. Here we go. And now, check this out. All I have to do is then remove this dirt block, or remove the bottom block of the plant. That's important. And then the anvil is floating. And in fact, I've done this. I've tested this multiple times. Even after I damage this anvil, it still won't fall. The only time it will actually fall is if it breaks. Unfortunately, it will be difficult to tell when it actually does break, but while it is hovering there, it'll be absolutely amazing. As for the dragon egg, I'm thinking hanging this above the wall, like near these dragon heads here. In fact, let's put it... That's exactly where we should put it. The original dragon egg from the original dragon that we fought back way back in episode 25. There's its home. And now it won't fall unless there's a block update. And same with this anvil. If for some reason there's a block update, then they'll both fall, and this dragon egg will break against this chest, but that's okay. But for now, it is super awesome because if I ever decide I need to repair something, or combine something with an anvil, I can just walk over here and rename it. And this is where I remembered that I had an anvil next to the enchantment table. Okay, furniture time. So this is something that I've never really done, is make furniture in Minecraft. It's weird to think about, but I've never actually tried to make decorative furniture. So here we go. We're gonna put a refrigerator right here. In fact, I've had to look up on the Minecraft wiki how to make furniture. So there's gonna be 2 kitchens, one over here and one over there. And In this kitchen, there'll be 2 sinks right here, each of which will just have 1 layer of water inside, and then tripwire hooks for the faucet. And now over here, there needs to be a stove of some kind. So this is what these trapdoors are for. Let's see. Let's get some more stone bricks here. So here we go. I'm thinking we can just have something like this. So, hang on. I just got an idea. How about, do I have any daylight sensors? I do. Okay, so the stovetop is daylight sensors, and then the light that usually goes above the stove, that I think can be made from, let's see. So if daylight sensors are the stovetops, then we can have iron trapdoors as the decoration that goes on top of these daylight sensors, on top of the stove. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Let's somewhat even this out. So just need another iron trapdoor and another daylight sensor. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So then from there, I can just have this look like it's hanging down from the ceiling. There we go. Okay. And then so what I was thinking was perhaps have a staircase that goes up and around and goes up to the 2nd floor of this kitchen. So let's see. Looks like I'm out of the stone brick stairs. So let's just make some more. There we go. So let's see. We can just have these single wide stairs here. After all, I'm just going to conveniently bring back some medieval aspects here in that there really weren't safety requirements at all. So there's no problem whatsoever with building staircases like this. The only possible problem would be llamas having trouble navigating it. In fact, I'm pretty sure they will have trouble navigating this. So let me make these staircases 2 blocks wide. Here we go. There we go. This way it's a little bit more comfortable. And this way also the llama chefs can actually traverse the staircases. Let's see. Okay. How about we make the staircases go this way, and then let's see. This is another thing that I haven't really had to do, is having to make staircases that are traversable by animals that also sort of look good. So let's see. I'm not even sure if this is going to be traversable at all. So let's see. So far so good. This kind of looks like some sort of kitchen inside of a dungeon with all the stone bricks around. It kind of adds that dungeon feel. So here we go. Let's just add some more staircases here, and I'm out of stairs. There we go. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Let's see. Now we have 2 staircases, and actually that's going to cause problems. So let's put a little landing here and keep on going with this staircase right up to this floor here. All right. Looking good, I think. So let's see. As for the flooring itself, I'm going to need some dark oak wood planks, and I think I already put those away into the box storage room. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, you can climb up the stair. Whoops. Okay. Gonna definitely need something at the top of that staircase there. Okay. So this here is going to be the actual dining hall. Yeah, looks like I already put away the dark oak stairs. But anyway, this is going to be where the table is going, where the humongous dining table is going to be. So, this dining table is going to be modeled somewhat after the dining tables in naturally generated woodland mansions. So here we go. I think let's see, that's I think a 5-block wide flat part of the table here, surrounded by a stair trim. I think that'll be a wide enough table to be considered grand. And then this can just carry all the way backwards. Okay, looks like this is just gonna be even block symmetrical. So I'm just gonna carry this table all the way down to the end of this hallway here. Well, the end of the dining hall. And then from there, so on top of this table here, I'm thinking we should include some, well, first off, the chairs. I'm thinking they should be made from birch wood stairs. There we go. And that's too close. Because I do want them to actually look like chairs. So let's see, how about 2 blocks of spacing? And then from there we can put some wooden trapdoors like this. There we go. Does this look like a chair? Let's see. Am I sitting in a chair? Sort of. It kind of looks like a chair. Okay, good enough. I'm thinking maybe we could move these stairs closer to the table like this. No, but then it's crowded. Okay. Here we go. The chairs will just look like this. There we go. So, I have heard of this trick where apparently you can have a map in an item frame that just takes over the entire block, but the map itself is empty. So, the way to do that is to use the elytra and basically create a map in the end between the main end island and the outer end islands. The only problem with doing that is at the moment there is an ender dragon in the end that is currently loose, which I set loose during the absolute catastrophe of a live stream that was a few weeks ago at the time of this being published. Yeah, that was a chaotic stream that things just did not go well. I was killed by the dragon multiple times. I had difficulty even summoning the dragon. And yeah, it was kind of bizarre. But I did work on a couple redstone projects on the stream, so it wasn't a total abysmal failure. Just the task that I set forth didn't work out at all. And that's okay. When you're going live, and especially if you don't stream regularly, like I do. I do not stream regularly, so things are bound to go wrong. And that's exactly what happened. And all you gotta do from there is just keep your cool, at least somewhat, and just let things slide, because not everything will work out right. Okay, this needs to be an archway, at least a semi-archway. There we go. Okay, so I'll get back to you once this table is all built up and at least most of the chairs are in place. So here I have some bookshelves. So I was thinking turning these into cupboards. Now, I'm not entirely sure how you could possibly make a cupboard with a door that opens sideways. So this will have to do for now. And let's see. Could also do something like this. There we go. So now it looks like a, so there we go. Now it looks like a shelf some with some cupboards for some various spices and recipes and whatever and whatnot. So here we go. Now as for the center area here, I'm thinking I'm going to have just a line of droppers that all point upwards and they're basically going to put food onto the table up here. So here's the table, and I had to put some torches on here because there was some creepers spawning. So there's just going to be food just spontaneously appearing. In fact, here's another thought I just had. Why not mark where the plates should be with wooden pressure plates? Here we go. Let's see. Let's get some wooden pressure plates here. So I'm just going to have some wooden pressure plates right here, and they will be in front of each of these seats. And anytime an animal just spontaneously randomly walks past it, it will just have food pop up on and land on this pressure plate. Now, the question is, should these plates be wooden pressure plates or stone pressure plates? I'm kind of in a toss-up with that one. They could also possibly be weighted pressure plates, like one of these golden plates. You know what? That actually looks good. We'll just put those at the edge of the table and put some sort of decoration in the middle of the table. But if we put these golden pressure plates in the in the place where you'd expect plates, yeah, I think that looks good. So once again, I'd like to reiterate that I have never done furniture before. So I would like all of you to comment down below and let me know how I can improve the interior of this castle. Because again, I'm not experienced with this at all. I'm not a very experienced builder. So I mean, I can build giant islands, I can build exteriors of humongous castles like this, but interior design is not something I've ever done, and it is not coming easy for me at all. So let's see. Let's put in some more of these weighted pressure plates. So they're crafted like this. Here we go. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to put these golden pressure plates in front of each of these seats, and then I'll get back to you once I have some more ideas on what to do. So I abandoned the idea of putting a kitchen on the other side of the castle. Instead, this side of the castle will have sleeping quarters. So let's see. Just going to have a bunch of beds here, and then next to it is going to be a ladder, so that way I can put other beds on top of this here. There we go. And I'm just going to stack this up as high as I possibly can. So this will be this can be the sleeping quarters for all those llamas and villagers that will be running the place. And in fact, you can't stand on the bed, but you can sleep in it. So there we go. Let's get some wood there, and then just gonna keep placing these beds as much as possible. I do have a lot of wool here, so that should not be so material should not be a problem. Here we go. So on top of this high dinner table, this giant table here, I'd like to put 3 chandeliers. So I already started on one of them. So here's the idea I had. Well, actually, my little brother designed these chandeliers, so I'm building them up. Here we go. So this is the idea for the chandeliers. That's the support structure, and then after that, just put in some structure like this. Now as for the torches for the chandelier, I'm just gonna hop up here with the stone brick, and each chandelier is gonna have 8 torches. And this is why I crafted up some extra torches here. Alright, so I'm now gonna put in 2 more chandeliers in the place of these trapdoors. And then, oh, while we're at it, I think might as well show you the bedroom that I designed. Here we go. I had to raise up this floor here because otherwise the bed ceiling space would seem too small on the top layer here. So here it is. There's the bedroom for all the llamas and villagers to sleep if they want to. Here we go. Let's just get 2 more dark oak because I missed. There we go. And time to patch up the hole in the floor. Ta-da! Okay. Let's get to building up these chandeliers here. So, this right here, the fact that the floor had to be increased to make the ceiling less awkward means that over here I'm just gonna put in some stairs here, and this way you don't have to jump up a block at all. So whatever villagers I have wandering around the place can still gain access to this area without having to jump. And jumping makes things complicated as well as laggy, so the less that animals have to jump, the better. Anyways, right over here, I'm just gonna tear down these walls because it turns out quite a few of these, at least this section here, I'm just gonna tear this part down because it turns out that it was actually completely ineffective for what I want to do. So, here is a view from the camera account of our current progress. Each of these golden pressure plates has a dropper directly underneath it. And these droppers are basically lining this middle hallway right here. So, what I'm hoping to do is to fill these droppers with various food, and whenever some animal or anything just randomly steps on the pressure plates, these droppers will spit food up onto these plates. So that's the plan, and let's see how this works. A critical part of the wiring for these droppers is that whatever is walking through has clear access to everything. So, for example, these droppers might be set off if an animal decides to just wander over here and boop, it'll activate these droppers, or decides to stop here and then wander off in this direction, then it should activate those droppers. Or if a villager walks down the stairs for some reason and then walks around here, then it should still activate the droppers, and whatever mob happens to walk through here should be able to activate these droppers. So, in order to do that, I'm thinking using observers. In particular, I can do something like this. Let's see. Just climb up on some steps. Okay. If I do something like this, not like that. Something like... Nope. Oh, come on. Let me place that observer. And now I can't place it. Okay, well basically, just have a bunch of observers facing up away from this pressure plate and up to the dropper. Sure, it's going to activate twice, but that's not really that big of a deal. So here is the ultimate plan to see what to do about the decorations on the walls, because right now these walls are quite bland. So, and I want to remove all these torches on the floor. So in place of them, what I'm wondering is, should I do something like this with cobblestone in an item frame and torches on top of that? Should I use stone slabs in place of the cobblestone in the item frame? Or should I get some fences? Let's see. Do I have some in here? I should. Yep. Or should I get some fences and place the torches on top of that? Yeah, let's make it easier on ourselves. Yeah. So we have a few options for, whoops, not like that. Is it outside the frame and cobblestone in there? So I have a few different a couple different ideas for what we can do to light up the walls, and also possibly light up this little area here, because there are actually still some dark spots on there actually are some dark spots on this table, and that's not good. I've already had to kill a couple spiders that spawned on top of the table. So I'm thinking going with the stone slabs. Once again, this is where you guys come in to suggest improvements to this castle of any kind whatsoever, whether it's wall decorations or table decorations or whatever. Please leave your suggestions. I'm going with stone slabs in the item frame with a torch inside it. So now I'm just gonna repeat this all along the walls. I tried putting in some cobblestone here, but yeah, I think, in my opinion, the stone slabs look better. Once again, if you guys have some other suggestions other than the stone slabs or cobblestone, please leave them in the comments. I would absolutely love it if all of you currently watching would leave a comment and tell me how to improve this castle. And besides, this is just the first floor here. I don't think I'm even gonna be able. I don't think I'm even gonna get to the other floors in this episode. So let's see. I'm at least gonna try to line it up with these chairs. Let's see. Suppose just, yeah. So it looks like I got a gap of 2 chairs. Now, is that enough to stop mobs from spawning on the floor? Let's see. Check the light levels. No. That's not enough. Okay. So how about like this? Is this enough? Let's see. Looking good here. Not good here. Okay, we're gonna need to make some improvements to the chandelier. And I have just the idea. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think end rods should go in the same chest as torches. Here we go. So, here's my idea. End rods. Not something I use very often, and that's why having a full one of these silos of end rods is kind of dumb. So let's see. I'm gonna see if I can ender pearl up to the item sorting system. Nope. Okay. And I'm not gonna be very easily able to fly up there. How about that? Nope. Oh. Okay. That was easier than expected. Let's see. Move the end rod. Let's see. Now the question is, what do we replace it with? I'm thinking that this silo here could be used to instead store something like kelp or seagrass once that is introduced in 1.13. But for now, this area will be empty, and the end rods will go in the same chest as the torches. So let's try out these end rods and see if they look okay. It's not something I've ever built with before. Okay, I put some end rods into the chandeliers here. So let's see. Does the light level here ever drop below 7? No. Okay. Does that help with the lighting situation over here? Nope, not at all. Okay, but it's a good start though. So, let's see. Oh, here's something to test. And something that I've never really had to test before. Does light shine through stairs? Does it? Not entirely sure. Doesn't look like it does. Okay. I'm gonna say it does not shine. That light does not shine through stairs. Here's what I have so far for the dropper mechanism. So I have just a bunch of observer pipelines just randomly going between various droppers. In fact, that one, a couple of them control multiple droppers, and yeah. So it's kind of random here which droppers are activated when. And this dropper is actually only connected by this observer pipeline and not this one. So I'm gonna connect up all the other observer pipelines and then figure out what to do with the lighting upstairs. Okay, nope. End rods on the side of fences, no good. That just looks silly. Yeah, it doesn't even connect to the fence. Okay, we're gonna need to find a different solution to this rather serious lighting problem that we have here, because these wall torches here are not very effective at lighting up the area right here and between the seats. And can't exactly put lights underneath the seats because the light doesn't seep through. So, what to do? Okay, the ultimate test of the droppers. Over here, those two droppers should activate. Very good. Over here, these two droppers should activate. Very nice. Over here, these three droppers should activate. Okay, I think this one worked. Then again, if it didn't, then that one wouldn't activate, so that makes sense. Also, this thing probably activated too. Okay. In fact, I can check that. There's no longer cobblestone in these droppers. So it activated. Now over here. Let's see. Wow. Okay. This one. Okay. That looked like it worked. And over here. How many droppers does this even activate? A lot. Okay. And finally, this really loopy observer line that connects all the remaining droppers, which are activated like this. That's weird. That's really weird. There's no dropper sounds. And also kind of worrying. Why is it not working? Oh. Duh. Because the observer was put in the wrong spot. Okay. So that looked like it worked. And now, let's go up to the dining hall. Okay, so I'm gonna have to just break in. Here we go. And okay. So looks like some of the cobblestone made it up, but not all of it. That is bizarre. Or maybe it all got trapped under the table. Let me see. Okay, looks like some of it did actually get trapped under the table. So, that's something that needs to be fixed. Okay. So looks like stairs, as these blocks here, are simply not going to work. Or maybe it's the fact that the items won't actually rise up onto the plates because the plates are not on the themselves are not actually on the edge of the table rather than the non-edge, and because of that the items are flying all over the place. Yeah, that's very likely. So I guess one solution to that would be to expand the table and push the chairs out a little bit. except the table's already pretty large. I could also I could also move the droppers so that, and move the plates and move the droppers so that they pop up on the middle, in the middle of the table here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move all the droppers and also move all these pressure plates. Except corner seats like this are gonna be a bit awkward. Okay, I'll figure something out with that.
So I got some brown carpets here. And at the entrance, I'm just going to put in one of these super simple mob-proof doors, which they basically take advantage of mob AI in that any mob won't see the carpet, but instead will see the drop beneath the carpet, and so they will be unable to go over. Spiders don't care, they'll just walk right over, but they pose no danger whatsoever to anything that lives inside here. Also, if they are pushed onto the carpet, then they are stuck here because they think they're above a drop and they're afraid to move at all. So, that's the plan there. I also... Let's go downstairs, because I also moved all those droppers. Here we go. So now all the droppers are in the proper places, with all the plates above them. And yeah, these observer pipelines look even crazier from here. Okay, so I think the next project is we should go up to the room with the meeting. Wrong staircase. So, let's see. I think we should go up to the room with the big dining hall and put in some glowstone and carpets, because the brown carpets do blend in with this, dark oak. So that is how we're going to hide some lighting in here. Let's see, so in between these torches and kind of in the middle of the floor, I can do something like this. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. If anything weird happens, I can always just put carpet everywhere, and that's alright. In fact, I probably should do that. I have tons of red and white carpet. I'll go see what I can do about that.
So, I just put in all the carpets on the side of all these chairs here. So, now I'm going to place in a different colored carpet for these front two chairs over here, because the front chair is important. So here we go. You can just do something like that. There we go. And now, I think the carpets for this are complete. So, I think the next project is to actually move the animals in here. Like, get some llamas down in the kitchens over here. Get maybe a couple chickens and villagers walking back and forth along these pressure plates. Get a bunch of villagers to wander these halls. Just in general, move the animals in. Also, I'd like to bring in my pets. Now, the pets, they are actually going to go on the second floor, which unfortunately I'm not going to have time to do. I pretty much ran out of time on putting something in on the second floor. But this is where I'm going to bring in all my pet parrots, all my pet dogs, and my pet cats. So here we go. Now begins the long but fun part. Let me first put away all the junk in my inventory. Okay, this rail line is just going to lead straight into the ground floor of the castle. So this rail line goes all the way from the mansion, way over there, all along this rail line, all the way into the castle. And I will be using this rail line to transport things like llamas, villagers, dogs and cats, because I don't want those dogs and cats following me as I try to traverse this area. Because it's pretty much unpredictable where they're going to teleport, and they might teleport in somewhere that's kind of dangerous. And I don't want that. Once I move all the pets inside the castle, I'm then going to, at least for the dogs and cats, I'll breed them up, and this way I can name a whole bunch of pets. Because ever since, I think, episode 30, which was when I actually went over and intentionally came out and collected those dogs, cats, and parrots, I've had some names flow in as ideas for what to name those pets. So I intend to name them this episode just as soon as I'm done moving them into the castle. Ooh, almost fell off there. I will personally be riding Quicksilver, my diamond-studded horse here. So I will personally ride Quicksilver up these rails because minecarts are unnecessary when you have a horse to traverse the rails instead. Also Quicksilver is way faster than a uh-oh. Yeah, I sent off two llamas up the rail at once. There's some things that I just never seem to learn. Like, don't send off multiple rails at once. Or send off multiple minecarts on a rail at once to deliver mobs. Okay. Here we go. Quicksilver, you are now in the castle. That's not exactly why I wanted Quicksilver, though. I wanted him up in the... I think in the... Maybe I can use these stairs to get up here. Here we go. Just gotta very carefully navigate this. Here we go. Now just bust a hole in the wall. Here we go. There we go. Don't mind me, just horse in the castle. Okay. So what I want is for Quicksilver to be up in the room above, because I think up in the floor above is where I'm gonna have a throne, and I'm thinking having a horse be the king of this castle. That would be awesome, especially since this is one of my first horses in the entire survival series. I remember catching this horse like back in, I don't know, episode 6 or something. It was something crazy like that. So for now, I'm gonna put Quicksilver here at the high bench here. You can just walk across the table all you want. I've got these carpets here, which will stop him from going any further past here, which is all good. And it's all lit up, so everything is perfectly safe. Now, what isn't perfectly safe is the llamas down here. Let's see. This guy needs to get out of the minecart. Did he move that minecart all on his own? I think he did. That will be the greatest thing in 1.13, is removing the ability for mobs to control their own minecarts. Because that is an absolute pain when dealing with things like this. Okay, where'd that llama go? That's how they're doing it. The llamas are able to control their own minecarts, like that guy just did. Nobody actually pushed him. He quite literally was sitting on this rail and then just decided, nah, I don't like this place, and moved back along and started going along the minecart track. And this is why that bug needs to be fixed, with the mobs able to control their own minecarts, because it really kind of defeats the purpose of transporting mobs. Okay, so it looks like already quite a few of these llamas have wandered into the kitchen. That's good. So we now have two llamas here. Oh, llamas can traverse these staircases. Okay. Interesting. Okay, are there any llamas in here? No. Okay. Well, eventually they will spread out. And I think this is actually one of the staircase. Yeah, this is one of the staircases that goes up to the that goes up to the dining hall. Yep, got a little traffic jam here. No big deal. Okay, so after moving these llamas, I'm then going to move in a couple villagers in here, and then after that I'm gonna move this actual rail to go directly up to go to the floor above the dining hall, and that's where I'm going to put all my dogs, cats, a couple llamas, and most of the villagers. Okay, here we go. But first, we gotta figure out how to get all these llama chefs into their proper places. I think it's time to seal the deal on this particular place here. So, to do so, I'm gonna name all of these llamas Llama Chef. Here we go. Just gonna run around and chase down as many llamas as I can possibly find here. Don't think any of them wandered up here yet. But I do know that quite a few wandered up the staircase. Oh, yeah. So all three of those are named. Let's see. You're a llama chef. You're a llama chef. Okay. Ah, some of them even wandered up this far up the staircase. Oh wow, quite a few of them made it quite far. Okay. But mostly it's still about the staircase, so... And it's only about this one staircase that is covered in llamas. Okay. Did any of the llamas figure out their way into here? Looks like none of them did, except this one possibly. Yeah, I finished the job. There we go. And looks like this llama is also wandering into the dining hall. Okay. Anybody else here who is a llama but not named Llama Chef? Okay, anyways. Hey. Get closer. You. Get closer. Where's my lead? I don't have it anymore. That's weird. Okay. Come on. Come on, mama. Okay, so we have Quicksilver roaming the table, and also we have I have a couple llamas that wandered up here. There you go. How much hay does it take? That is weird. Oh. It hasn't been tamed yet. That would explain it. Okay. I had not realized that. Okay. Now Lisa can produce a baby llama chef. There we go. Okay. There we go. We got another baby llama chef. Okay, so they'll just be wandering all around this castle here. And now, I'm going to go back down the staircase and dig up this rail line because it is no longer... there should not be llamas on the ground here. How did that one even even squeeze out. There's not enough space for llamas to move around here. Okay. Let's see. Gosh, if only I had that lead. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Here we go. Yeah, llama. Let's get back into the castle, shall we? Here we go.
And now, time to seal this off. And now, the ground floor I'm going to call officially complete. Okay. Next up, time to move this rail line so that way it instead leads up to the second floor, the floor above the dining hall. Okay, the last dog to go into Trim Castle should be coming up any minute now. So now comes the parrots, and I think those will actually be somewhat easy to do. The only thing that might be tricky is getting them to sit down again after I execute this plan. So, here's the idea. I am going to be riding in a minecart, and these parrots are going to be riding me on my shoulder. Let's see. Let's just get on up here. They're making an awful lot of zombie sounds. That's weird. That's not good. That means there's zombies in the sugarcane farm. Okay, now, here's the question. Yep. Okay. So, looks like they dismount when... Looks like they're gonna dismount if I decide to ride a minecart. Oh boy. Okay. You two, get on my shoulder. Thank you. I don't think there's anything going downwards. So I can't sprint jump, but that's okay. I don't think there's any downwards movements to do along this rail. As long as I don't do that, these parrots should stay on my shoulders the entire time. And then I can carry them two at a time. Cool. I'll get back to you when I'm done moving all these parrots. So now the difficulty is getting these parrots to sit down again after I transported them up to this room here. So both of these parrots just need to sit down and chill. So okay. Parrots? Okay. Good. You're on the ground. Sit down. Okay. Hey, Polly? You gonna stop flying or not? There we go. Okay, so that's the plan. Just gonna carry the parrots two at a time, riding both of my shoulders. Here we go. I don't need hitboxes anymore. Okay, there's 4 of my parrots are in Trim Castle now. So sit down, both of you. Sit down. Sit down. There we go. So now we have 4 sitting parrots. Let's get my other parrots up here. This is one of those cases where I wish there was some sort of item in Minecraft where you could, like, I don't know, maybe swat parrots out of the air. Like, not hurt them or anything, but just stop them from flying. That would be cool. Especially if you could do that for the tame parrots. Well, like, direct them to a place where they should land. Okay, the rail line is put in place, so now, Mr. Villager, get on the rail, and there we go. Off he goes, and cool. He is able to navigate this kind of steep turn here, and then he'll be going up to Trim Castle, where all the dogs and cats and parrots are currently. So, speaking of the dogs and cats, I caught a very interesting view of something that they were doing. Here's that picture. It's such a weird thing to see your pets doing. I mean, it's like they're awaiting. They're all those cats and dogs were facing in the same direction. The parrots were not doing that, but all the cats and dogs were. It's so bizarre. It's like they were waiting for the arrival of these villagers. I wonder what makes them do that. Anyways, there's villager number 2, and I'll send a third one out. There we go.
So there's villager. Come on, get on the wheel. Villager number 3. Okay, now fly. Come on, fly. Fly, I said. There we go. Wait for the other side. There we go. Okay. And let's just dive right into the castle. Here we go. Oh, we got a villager up here. That's nice. Okay, and pop. Nope. Pop. There we go. So now this villager is going to be a bit confused as to where he is, but because there aren't any wooden doors anywhere nearby, but that's okay. At least it should be okay. Okay. Then there's 2 other villagers coming up, so I'll get back to you once I move all of the villagers up to here. Here's villager number 2.
Okay, so for Trim Castle, I just sent up the last farmer villager. So now, what happened to this? Okay, so what I was thinking was bring in 7 more villagers into Trim Castle. Whether they're babies or not, they can grow up in the castle, which would be pretty cool. So here we go. I'm just gonna send them in all at once. How did these villagers go from this rail line all the way over here? Seriously, how is that even possible? Oh boy. Well, it's not really much use trying to redirect the rail line here, so I'm just gonna reclaim these minecarts. Seriously, how did this happen? Okay, this room is now very loud with meows, hens, and wolves and squawks, but at least those parrots have not been making any noise outside of their squawking, which means there's no hostile mobs anywhere nearby. So now I can tear out this minecart track, and of course I already removed all those. Of course I put that stone bricks elsewhere, but anyways, let's check up on the progress of how far these animals have spread.
So let's see. Quick is still the only course here. Got a llama chef. None of them have traversed onto the waiting pad. That's good. Let's see. Have anything wandered up this staircase here? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I now have green carpet and light blue wool around the head chair. So, let's see. Over here. Any llamas around here? Let's see. There's still this one llama chef. Are there any others on the ground floor at all? Okay, there's one. Looks like they've all wandered upstairs. How interesting. Oh wow, some of the villagers already ran up here. And a couple of them are even on the spike here. Oh wow, this is quite the view. Okay, so, uh-oh, where's that skeleton? Hello? Not cool. Where's the skeleton? Hello? There was definitely a skeleton here. Yeah, don't need hitboxes anymore. There was definitely a skeleton here. Where could it have gone? Okay, some more villagers coming up here. That's good. Weird. Did it try to strafe off the floor and plummet to its death? I don't know. But anyways, looks like this Twin Castle project is now mostly complete. So, here we go. I'm just gonna take a screenshot for the thumbnail. There's a couple other screenshots here and there. I still gotta wire up chicken farm to the droppers. But one thing I think would be quite interesting, or beneficial, just after I gotta remove this minecart track, and secondly, I'm thinking we should move some of these parrots to various floors. For example, this parrot should go on the roof. Like, right here. There we go. So, next thing I'm gonna do is name the parrots, the dogs, and the cats. So let's get some name tags, and then we can close out the episode with that. Because we can close out this absolutely mega monstrous episode with naming the pets, which has been long overdue.
So, here are the names that were suggested according to the Google Drive where I have this survey. So, dog names. One should be named Dude. Go Away. Catfish. And Puddle. There we go. Now we have some dog names. For cat names, one should be named Grumpy, because Grumpy Cat should be called Happy. And I actually got a specific request here to name one of the orange cats Black. So, cool. Now, parrot names. I got quite a few here. First off, we have Cockatoo. We have Cracker. We have Jack. We have Bat. We have Blue Jay. We have Sparrow, for some reason. And also Finch. Whoa. Okay. Well, there goes that anvil. So it looks like I need to craft up another anvil. And this can go back in here. There we go. We now have a whole ton of name tags here. So, it is now time to... Well, first off, I gotta craft up another anvil. And then... Here we go. And that concludes this absolutely monstrous episode, where we made a ton of progress. So... Golly, last episode we finished with the Twin Castle just having the exterior walls, but all this episode we put in floors, multiple floors actually. We moved pets into the various floors, like Meow, Dude, Puddle, Happy, Grumpy, and Black, as well as some of the parrots like Cracker and Blue Jay, as well as some villagers, and also some llamas, which are all supposed to be down in the kitchen, which, by the way, that kitchen is downstairs. So this is the main entrance floor, but down below that is the kitchen, which I conveniently brought in some historical details when it was convenient, and also conveniently ignored them when making them historical was not convenient. So there's a stove, there's some sinks, have a refrigerator, got some cupboards. Also I have all these droppers which all deliver food randomly as pressure plates are stepped on. Weird. And then on the other side we have some bedrooms here for all the villagers and llamas to sleep in. I also have 4 staircases, and let's see, one of them leads up to... Okay, so they all lead up to the roof level. 2 of them lead to the dining hall. I think it's this one. Yep. Uh-oh. Get away from me, creeper. He's about to blow up all our work. And goodbye. I said goodbye. Thank you. Anybody else? No. Good. So, this is the dining hall here, right in front of, right after the entrance landing pad. You have the weapons room with some end rod pillars, your armor stands, and you have these torch brackets as well as some places to put whatever you want. And then I have my diamond horse here, which I captured way back in the ancient times of this series. It finally has a proper home in this amazing castle, which was based off of Trim Castle of Northern Ireland. So, here we go. No, the interior of the castle does not actually look like this, but this is my own recreation where I took some historical liberties here and there. So, there we go. This is the ultimate castle. I hope you enjoyed this monstrous project. I know I did, because I always like building things out of stone brick. It's a lot of fun. So, here we go. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next Saturday for episode 60. Bye.